I'm joined by Caitlin Collins tonight. Thank you so much for joining us. How are you feeling leading up to this election?
A bit nervous, but I'm really excited to be representing the Labor Party in a Liberal stronghold seat. I think it's really important that we still keep that Labor flag flying high, even in an area that's covered in blue.
So what are the key points that are very important to you?
A particular and topical issue for this election in many electorates, but also the Cottesloe electorate, is of course the Row 8 project. That project will mean an expansion of Curtin Avenue, which will increase the truckloads from 300 trucks a day to 900 trucks a day. That of course will mean increased traffic pollution, perhaps more congestion and huge amounts of danger for the bystanders in that area.
So that's a huge increase in numbers. How do you think that will affect the people in WA?
Yeah, I mean, in this area, this is a residential area, so Labor's offering an alternative and more viable solution to Row 8, having it from the Kwinana port, so taking it into a more industrial area rather than through the Cottesloe electorate. I am pushing forth the same values that the Labor Party on a state level is in regards to not privatising Western power. Labor has a plan for jobs, so making sure that we decrease those high levels of unemployment that are currently plaguing this state. There's a vast range of issues specifically to the Cottesloe area. We are a fortunate area that doesn't experience necessarily high unemployment rates, but I think it's important that people start recognising and taking responsibility for the issues that are really debilitating people throughout this state right now.
So what will change if Labor wins this seat?
I think if Labor wins this seat, hopefully the economic mismanagement from the Barnett government, we can start to amend some of those problems. So perhaps work towards creating more employment, work towards not privatising Western power, which will take away more jobs, and ultimately work towards bringing that economy back to where it was pre the boom years.
We are very determined to go out into every electorate and have a real contest. We believe that there is no electorate that we should leave unattended, including the Liberal Premier's own electorate. So it's fantastic to be able to find a person that feels passionately about the Labor agenda, the Labor agenda of driving jobs and education. There has just been such a tragic loss of opportunity that WA could be doing so much better. And in my stint in the federal parliament, I saw all of these other states trying so much harder than WA to engage with industry, to engage in getting federal funding for all of these new industries. In WA, you know, we're just tilting at windmills, saying GST, 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 but not actually doing the hard work to get the federal dollars to help us create new 21st century industry.
We've lost the AAA credit rating, and that's just one of the many ways that you can judge the Barnett government's economic performance. They've been terrible economic managers. We lost the AAA credit rating because they've taken the state into extraordinary debt, despite presiding over an economy that was the strongest in the nation for most of their time, with revenues growing strongly year on year. They haven't managed the economy well. They've let costs blow out, and they've poured money into some questionable projects. The one in my area, as the federal member for Fremantle, would be Row 8 and the Perth Freight Link. I mean, it would appear that by the time that's done, it will be $3 billion plus and rising on a project that doesn't actually provide a freight transport or a passenger transport solution. Ironically, you know, Mr Barnett and the coalition often seeks to put forward its economic credentials as their strong suit. It's been their weakest suit here in Western Australia.
I think I offer a fresh approach, which is the Labor's slogan, but I believe that, you know, Colin Barnett has been around for so long that he has become arrogant and he's not listening to the people in his electorate or this state. So I think having someone young and ready to actually listen is very, very important in this election.